Hey guys, my name is Art. Welcome back to another video. Today's Thanksgiving, and it's a time of celebration for a lot of people. It's people when families get together and they share a good meal. You know, the funny thing is that this day is every year is a day of celebration. Some people it's a great day, and some people it's not such a great day. For me, it's just a day off. Hmm. So today I basically slept on and off the whole day. I don't know what's going on, but I just felt super tired. But then again, working after like I said, I just started working again this week. Just came back this week and working almost 10-hour days every day. But anyway, I know sometimes it's the start of the holiday season, and usually this is where my depression really kicks in a notch. Usually the day after Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday, like tomorrow, that's when I usually start getting depressed. So the thing is that for the last couple of years, I have not been depressed, and I'm trying not to do that again. Even though of all the problems that most of us have, when you're trying not to be depressed, sometimes it does happen. So, but anyway, always try not to. So what happened was I was going through some stuff, and I was looking at some stuff, and I came across this game I used to play with some friends of mine like 4 or 5 years ago. About 4 or 5 years ago, me and a whole bunch of people, we used to get together and play every week, just about every week, until one of we go to our friend's house just about every Friday. That was until their marriage fell apart. And then when their marriage fell apart, our group stopped playing games. Sometimes we'll play board games, sometimes not, but we started playing, well, we was playing role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. And one game that we used to play for a hot second was Star Wars. Now, yes, there was a game just like the Star Wars movies, video games, and all that. So these books are kind of dusty, but they were made by Wizards of the Coast, Star Wars, the role playing game. Yeah, it was funny. It was like what? This book was like $40. It's kind of hilarious. A video game would cost $50 to $60. This game right here is like $40, and it comes in a book. So guess what? In order to play this game, you have to read. So that's kind of good. And plus, sometimes they say reading helps keep your mental state going. And so what happened is that we was playing this for a while. We played this for like about a year. So I bought the book so that way I can take it home and read it and learn some stuff. Then again, this game also has supplements, so that way you can further your game. So what happened was this one part we was playing basically was the Clone Wars saga. So naturally, I had to find this book, and this was like $30. And it's kind of neat because this is like a weird shaped book, and it wasn't it's not like a regular book, so it's pretty weird shape. And so if you saw the prequel movies, it was all about the Clone Wars. So we was playing in that time frame. And if you saw the Clone Wars TV show, that if you have Disney Plus, you could watch that now. It's pretty interesting. So if you like Star Wars, it was a good book. Now, before I tell you, these books are not in existence. You only could buy them in stores or eBay or whatever, because Wizards of the Coast, who had the license, lost the license. So so in order to further my game, and to further this, I bought the Star Wars Force Unleashed pack, which was like $40. Now, what happened was there was a bookstore called Borders Books around Detroit area. And so when I joined it, it said you buy a certain amount of books, and every now and then you get free books. So naturally, I'll buy one of these books almost every other month, and I got free stuff. So that was kind of neat. That's how I was able to buy a lot of these books very quickly within that year. Jedi Academy, because I was playing a Jedi, the guys with the lightsabers and stuff. So it was kind of funny. And what happened was, when these are kind of dusty because I haven't touched them in years. The funny thing was that I wasn't feeling down, but I was feeling kind of like reminiscence, and then these brought back lots of memories. Then I bought the Rebellion era when they lost the license. We were still playing the game. When they lost the license, they were selling the games as fast as they could. And what happened? These books were being snatched up as fast. Now, what I mean by that, I'm not talking about these were not widespread everywhere. They're very low print run. They're probably printing out like a couple 100,000 books or something like that. But the era where I lived in, not many people had these books. So naturally, you bought them. And of course, the Legacy era, which is kind of funny too. And there was one book that I was missing. See, there was like two other books that I didn't get. If I was able to buy, it was like three other books. Then I had the whole set. I found one of them, and this was the most sought after book. Now the funny thing is, this book right here is called Knights of the Old Republic. Set millions, thousands, and set like a really exciting time in the Star Wars era if you ever read about it. The funny thing is, I remember seeing this book on the shelves one day, and then I said, I'll pick it up next time. I came in there, it was gone. Every store I saw this book was gone. Every store. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, well, let me order it from Wizards of the Coast. Guess what? They don't have a license anymore. So, good old eBay. I paid $80. $80 for this book. And what happened was, when some of my friends was talking about, hey, let's talk about this and this and this, I said, I got the book. I paid $80 for this book. And everybody's like, you paid $80? Oh my gosh. I won it in a bit in people's bidding. And I put this insane $80 bid in. No one said, okay. No one wanted to touch it. So I spent $80 on a book. So naturally, when people say, well, since these books are not useless, why don't you just get rid of them? I said, well, I paid $80 for this book. Why should I? Well, years later, another company bought the rights to the game. So naturally, I said, you know what? Yeah, I bought the books. I bought the books. This new company, well, it's called Fantasy Flight Games. I heard of them before. And what happened was, was it $60? Was it 60? For $60, I bought the new Star Wars. It's called Edge of the Empire. It was $60. This is during the time when I was during my probation era. This is during my probation, so guess what? I had nothing to do. And so what happened was, for $60, this thing was about like, what, 400 pages? It was over 400 pages. This book is over 400 pages for $60. So what happened was, I ran a couple of adventures on this, and they kind of liked it. Then naturally, the second book came out about a year later. The second book called the, I don't know, Age of Rebellion. Another 400-page book. And, we kind of, we started playing this for a little bit. And, of course, like I said, the marital bliss of the people started ending. So, naturally, we couldn't play anymore. And I bought some supplements. Matter of fact, it was kind of funny. I bought this. This one right here, I bought the day when I got my DUI. It's funny. So this book right here is always, like 5 years ago, when I got my DUI, I bought this book about 10 hours before. After I went off of work, met up with this one girl for lunch, went to the bookstore, bought this book, started reading it, went out that night, never showed up until Sunday afternoon. And so, I bought more supplements. Now these supplements are like $30 a piece. So what happened was, like, once a month or every other month, I'll go in and buy a supplement, which enhanced the game a little bit. Now the fun thing is, since I was running this, I had to read these supplements very quick. And this right here, this is actually an adventure. So I mean, so so it was like $100, 100 pages. Sorry. So what happened was, like I said, by running these adventures, I buy this book and I had to read it for about a week. I had like a week to read it so I could add to the game. And of course, these two. Now, if you can see right here, these are $30 a piece. So yeah, that's a lot. Just for a game that me and my friends played. We played from like 7 o'clock in the evening to like 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was pretty fun. And then the last one I bought maybe about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, was the Last Core rule book. This is the one I was waiting for the most. This is the one I was waiting for the most. So that means, so pretty soon I'm going to try to read this again. And maybe I heard that there was a group that is thinking about playing this game. I don't know. That will give me something to do on certain days instead of sitting at home doing nothing. It's kind of, but like I said, I do a lot of things, and it's kind of nice to have this. I mean, I look up and it's like, wow, I got this book. Now, I look up. I know I'm kind of like stuttering a little bit because my mind is all over the place. You look, and to tell you the truth, sometimes my hobbies are very expensive. They are expensive, but they are also my hobbies. Some people say, well, why would you spend all that money on this little book? Why would you spend all that money on this book? And I look up and it's like, well, I don't really look at it that way. Try to put this all back and do this video at the same time. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as something, okay. My friend at my job, both of his kids played junior and varsity football. He had to cough up over $500 just for them to play every year. His other son was in the music program, so he had to cough up another $200 or $300. So he technically spent almost $1,000 a year to have his kids do this kind of stuff. Imagine you playing tennis. So a tennis racket is only a certain amount of money. Yeah, but you got to play somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. A video game, the system itself, whether it be Xbox or whatnot, you know, Xbox or something like that, you can get it for like maybe $200 to $300, but every game is like 50, $60. So right then and there, you can look up and say, wow, that's a lot of money. But again, that's your hobby. Some of us, so I mean, to some people, yeah, it's very expensive. But you know, you gotta think about it. You want to do some stuff, that's fine. Sometimes to entertain yourself, you have to pay some money. Sometimes you do. And believe me, you know, between my comic books and stuff like that, now I haven't bought a book like this in over a year because I look up, it's like, well, I can keep buying these books and nothing to it, but then again, it's just me collecting a whole bunch of stuff. But that's what I've been doing today. I pulled out those books, looked through them today, watched YouTube of a gameplay of a video game and they created to a mini movie. It's been like 8 hours, so I've been technically sleeping on and off while this thing was going. So, hey, who knows? But anyway, this is what I'm doing today. One before I go, one of my friends basically was saying that the videos I've been making lately has been very negative. And the funny thing is, I've been thinking about that too myself, and I looked up and said, why am I negative? But then again, I look up as my viewpoint is very pessimistic. I always look at the bad. So when the bad happens, I'm not surprised. But I'm trying not to be so negative. Maybe because I was being so negative the last couple of weeks because of the holidays. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. Maybe it's subconscious. Maybe I can never be happy. I don't know either. But then again, doing stuff like this, looking at this stuff I made, bought, stuff like that, reminiscing over that, kind of makes me happy. So I'm going to try to make more happier videos. Because it seems like I get more content off of negative shit. But I don't know. It seems kind of funny. It's like, why are you so negative? And I was like, well, a lot of negatives. But then again, I'm around a lot of toxic people. I'm addicted to being around toxic people. Since I'm being addictive to it, I'm addicted to it, I draw it. But, you know, that's what happened. You know, and I never really thought about it. But, you know, that's what it is. Well, with that going, it's almost 20 minutes. A lot longer than I wanted to be with this video. But in a minute, I'm going to eat some dinner. Might do a little drinking. Maybe I don't feel like it, but I might do some drinking just to pass the time. And hopefully I said I might, but I probably won't because I'm staying home. So, and I'll be at work tomorrow during Black Friday. Yay! And I'll get paid tomorrow, so that's also good too. So other than that, I hope you have a very good Thanksgiving day today. Whatever you're doing, if you're sitting at home, BSing, or you're hanging out with family, or your best girl, your best guy, hopefully, do have fun. You know, because I have fun by being by myself and hanging out and watching stuff. It may sound boring, but I have fun doing that. So I don't apologize for it. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.